Hello, I'm Janice and I hope you're all doing well. In today's video, we are going to be trying something called the $1 billion morning routine. So this is a video that I found on YouTube that's called exactly that, and it shows the habits of some of the world's most successful people. Which is kind of ironic because I'm watching how successful people be productive while I'm procrastinating. Anyway, and I was intrigued. I wanted to know what this routine actually included and how I would actually feel if I went through the entire process. So before we jump into looking at what this $1 billion morning routine actually entails, I just want to really quickly tell you what my typical morning routine actually is. So on a typical day, right after I wake up, the first thing that I do is check my phone. This is a habit that I'm actually trying to kick, but because I use my phone as my alarm, it's rather convenient to just go on Twitter, go read the news as well. And then afterwards, I brush my teeth, wash my face, moisturize, sunscreen, etc., etc., and then I go exercise. And previously this was typically either going swimming or going to the gym, both of which I can't really do now, so I just go out for walks right now. I then come back, shower, have breakfast, coffee, of course. Sometimes I read a bit, sometimes I don't, and that's pretty much my routine. And this $1 billion morning routine, there are a whole lot more steps than my typical morning routine, and I'm actually weirdly excited to give it a go tomorrow morning. So they didn't actually specify what time you would need to wake up, but I read so many articles talking about all these successful people waking up at the crack of dawn. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be waking up at sunrise, and sunrise tomorrow is at 6:19 a.m. It is, well, 6:19 and we just woke up. And according to this routine, the first thing you do after you wake up is to recall your dreams. Because when you dream, your subconscious mind processes solutions to problems you work on during the daytime. I had a dream that we went to a shopping center and then we finished dinner so late that we couldn't get the car and we were being chased by the shopping center people. And then I had another dream that I didn't wake up in time to film this morning routine video. And then the second thing that you do is to make your bed, because as they say, that is a success habit, and how you do anything is how you do everything. And according to the video, the third thing that you do is you drink water and rehydrate the body because your body gets really dehydrated during the night. I always add lemons into my mix of hot and room temperature water because I like lemons and I don't like drinking cold stuff in the morning. I added too much hot water. And then number 4, they suggest doing breathing exercise to fully oxygenate the body, and they've recommended a series of different breathing exercise methods, all of which I've never heard of. Okay, so yesterday I managed to find a guided breathing video on YouTube. It's the Wim Hof method, which is what I'm going to be doing right now.
Are you ready? Here we go.
Essentially, you breathe in and you breathe out in quick succession, as I'm doing right now, and then after a short while of doing this, I actually got a little bit lightheaded, which is why I closed my eyes and I looked like this. You do these in sets, and after each set, you hold your breath for at least 1 minute. That's me trying to hold my breath. And I ended up doing the full 3 sets.
Exhale in 3, 2, 1.
Okay, we're just done with that breathing technique. This is the first time that I've done anything like this. Do I feel oxygenated? I don't know. I don't really know what that feels like. I think I feel a little bit more awake. I'm not sure if that's a placebo effect though. And after that, they suggest meditating for 20 minutes. Okay, I've got my Headspace app and we are going to be meditating.
With the next out breath, just closing the eyes.
Well, that wasn't too hard. What is next? And next up, a couple minutes of body movement. You can do jumping jacks or burpees to really get the heart rate going. Okay, next up, cold shower. And they recommend this because it is a form of cold therapy and it may help reduce inflammation. But right now it's autumn and it's getting a bit colder, so I'm not really looking forward to that at all. I hate cold showers. The cold shower wasn't as bad as I thought it would be because today is a relatively warmer day, like even though it's autumn. But if I had to do this in winter, I don't think I'd do this in winter. And the 8th thing on this list is to brush your teeth, wash your face, etc. This is actually a little bit unusual for me because for as long as I can remember, I brush my teeth like the first thing I do, well, second thing I do in the morning after I check my phone. So it's gonna be a little bit unusual, but you know what? We're gonna try and stick to this routine as closely as possible. There's actually nothing that interesting about this segment, but I just wanted to point out that they suggested brushing your teeth with your opposite hand, which I forgot to do so yeah. And then next up, they suggest drinking something called a brain tea, which is a combination of a whole bunch of stuff that I actually don't really know what they are, but I'll put it here. I don't have this tea at home at all, so I'm just gonna have to, I don't know, I'll find something in my cabinet and drink that instead. Okay, we are gonna be drinking this caffeine-free tea today. It has things like fennel, lemongrass, lemon peel, ginger root, verbena, etc. And as we're having our brain tea, or whatever tea I find in my pantry, they suggest journaling. So journaling is something that I actually already do, but I usually do that at night to like recount the day. I personally really like having a diary, mostly because I like randomly picking a year and then reading my thoughts from years back. I'd actually already journaled the night before and thought I'd have nothing to write about, but turns out that didn't stop me from writing an entire page. And after we journal, they suggest creating a to-do list where you pick 3 personal goals and 3 professional goals that you want to achieve by the end of the day. One of my work goals for today is to actually finish filming this video and to also finish editing this video because it needs to be uploaded tomorrow. And after we're done writing our to-do list, number 12 on this list is to spend 20 to 30 minutes reading. So I actually read this book a few years back, but I've always been meaning to reread it because the first time that I read it, I just whizzed through it and I didn't really take much notes at all. I just remember this being a really good book. So this time round, I do want to take the time to jot down the notes and yeah, what better time to occupy this reading portion of the morning routine than to restart reading Rich Dad, Poor Dad. 25 minutes is up. We are now going to get something to eat. So this is just drinking something called a brain smoothie. I've never had anything like this before. I looked up the ingredients that goes into this smoothie. So here it is. Okay, so for this brain smoothie, we have blueberries, avo, a banana, some spinach, walnuts, and almond milk. And we're just gonna chuck it all into this NutriBullet-like thing, but not NutriBullet, and then blend it all together. Okay, I know that this is a weird color. It's like a grayish green, which isn't the most appetizing color, but let's actually just give it a taste before we judge it. This is actually really good. It tastes so much better than it looks. And so the next portion of this routine and the last portion of this routine is brain training. And what that entails is things like speed reading and improving your memory, etc. The thing is, I don't have access to this kind of learning, and I'm gonna tweak this block of time a little bit and dedicate that to just general learning instead. There are a few online courses that I've been meaning to put my time towards, and I've just never found the time to. So that's what I'm gonna do now. I'm gonna do the online learning that I've been meaning to do, and fill out this block of time with that instead. And that about rounds up the $1 billion morning routine. The entire process from start to finish actually took more than 2 hours. But there are definitely elements in this routine that I'd like to adapt into my own, especially the part in relation to meditation, which is something that I've been trying to incorporate into my routine anyway. I've also put a link in my description to the video that inspired this video. If you like this video, don't forget to like it, subscribe if you haven't already, turn on your notification bell as well. I post new videos every Tuesdays and Fridays. Check them out if you have time. Have an amazing rest of the day, and I will see you in my next video. Bye! I just can't not have this in my routine. Do you know what I mean?